What's going on, y'all? Shot by Flash here. Thank you for checking out a new episode of Game 7. So, in this episode, I was able to chop it up with Tory Lanez's manager. He goes by the name of Phillip Payne. Phillip Payne. He's a Houston native, former D1 football player, actually. And throughout the interview, we were just able to chop it up on how, he went from doing that, playing in college, to making that pivot move into the music industry. And like the story is pretty unique, man. He's a guy who wore many hats. And like throughout the journey of just trying to get into the music industry, he got connected with Tory Lanez, at the beginning of his career. So, and he's been working with him for the past 10 years. So, he played a pivotal moment. A lot of moments to uncover in this episode, a lot of topics. And we definitely got down with the video game questions. So yeah, man, check it out. It's Shot by Flash, Game 7, featuring Phillip Payne. We out of here.
I was sleeping on the tour bus.
Who woke you up?
Payne, blackface, head ass. It's like, yo, you got nominated for a Grammy, bro. I was like, word? And he's like, yeah, bro, it's crazy. Love just got nominated for a Grammy.
Cause I'm getting this shit to work. It's kind of like, like you get nervous at first with all this technology, and then, like you just gotta wing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
You just gotta wing that shit. So it's working right now, which is, all right. That's a bet. All right. So what's going on, man? Like how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling very inspired right now. I'm in a really, really good headspace. Just really trying to push myself and really work really hard. And I feel good right now. I feel good.
Okay. Well, let me just introduce the show. All right, guys, going out. It's Shot by Flash. Thank you for checking into another episode of Game 7. I got my guy right here, Phillip Payne. Introduce yourself, bro.
My name is Phillip Payne. I am a music exec. Song.
You can speak up a bit.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a music exec, songwriter, former tour manager, also former Division I athlete, and right now I'm working on a ton of things, and it's been a very, very long year of growth for me, for sure.
All right, so can you describe like what it's been like to basically pivot from being on the road every day to possibly like no more tour dates in sight? Because I know in the music industry, right, like it's not maintained by employees. It's all like hustle and work ethic, right? So but last year you couldn't out hustle the pandemic. So can you tell us like what your experience has been like then and how you've been able to keep your sanity now, like up until this point?
Yeah, I think, especially for a person like me, I've always felt like my energy and my my influence has always been, you can get the best out of me when I'm there, with you and in person. So I've felt, last year that kind of like my superpower was taken away from me, because that's kind of how I got most of the things that I needed to get done as far as my job done when I was there. If I'm there, if I'm in front of you, if I'm, you can't tell me no, usually. And, I have a way of convincing people to do things. So it's just like, that was a challenging part of how to be effective, in this time where you can't really get people to move, because everybody's kind of, doing their own thing. And, people are trying to work from home, but it's like, how much can you really get done?
Yeah, without actually like putting in the work, putting on the shoes and stepping outside and shit. Yeah,
it's been an adjustment, but at the same time, it's been a blessing, because I've been able to really lock in on new skills and learn new things, and also just do research, and also just spend time with my son, because I just had my son in last year, April 16th. So for me to be home every single day and being able to work from home, but also not miss those moments with him was a
Yeah.
blessing as well.
Yeah, congrats, man. Yo, congrats, bro. Like me, like I'm a father myself. I got two young kids. You know, right now they're in charter school, so I got twins. I got a boy and a girl. They're both 5 years old. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you know, if anyone can know about the hustle and grind and not being home, you know, it could be you. You know what I'm saying? Because you coming from a tour manager background, like with me, you know, like I was a videographer. So you know, like I started out, you know, back in like 2012 and shit. You know, like I would do like a lot of music videos at first, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and then you know, eventually, you know, just working up the ranks and just networking and using social media to my advantage. You know, like I ended up filming for, you know, like people like French Montana. You know, because I'm from the Bronx myself. I'm a
Yeah.
Bronx native. I filmed for French Montana, Fabulous, you know, and after I filmed for Fabulous, you know, I maintained that relationship with his manager. He goes by the name of Kevin Webb. I don't know if you ever heard of Kevin Webb, but you know, he was the one who pretty much found a boogie from the
Yeah.
Bronx, like, you know what I'm saying? And from me just you know, maintaining that relationship with him, he was like, "Yo, Flash, like I got this artist. He's from the Bronx, from Highbridge. His name's A Boogie. You know, I need for you to come film him. You know, he's about to open up for Bryson Tiller over at Syracuse." And I'm like, "Hey, Boogie," I'm like, "Who's that? Like, you know, like what's that? The dude from Paid in Full or some shit? Like, you know, the same name or whatever." So, you know, pulled up. I saw the reaction from the crowd. I'm like, "Damn, like, nah, like this nigga's about to go. He's about to go." And then, you know, he performed that. He did his own solo show at BB King's,
Mhm.
filmed that shit, and then, you know, just from there, you know, like being on the road, you know, like me and my lady now, you know, she ended up being pregnant, and like, you know, I wasn't really around so much, but then, you know, like I felt like during the pandemic, I was able to make up lost time, you know, with the wife, with the kids, you know, doing all that virtual learning stuff, and you know, I felt like it was a blessing in disguise, you know, minus what's going on with the world and shit, but you know, I definitely don't take it back. I don't take back the time that I definitely spent. You know what I'm saying?
Where I'm at right now, for sure, without our last year. And I definitely think I'm in a better place, a better space too, for sure.
Right, right. So let's backpedal a bit. You know,
Mhm.
for those who don't know who Phillip Payne is, like who is he and what type of upbringing did you have growing up?
Yeah. So, if you don't know my story, like you said, my name is Philip Payne. I'm from Garland, Texas. You know, grew up in Garland and grew up just loving football because in Texas, football is church basically. And I
Yeah,
also,
man. It's like a whole religion, bro. Like trust me, I know. Like I used to play football too. Like
yeah,
question, like what position did you play?
I played wide receiver. Well, I
Mmm.
started off as a running back.
Got you, got you.
Watching, me growing up in the '90s, watching Emmitt Smith and watching Terrell Davis, watching, uh,
T.O.
yeah, T.O., yeah, just
Mo,
watching
Mo,
all of
yeah. hmm
just cold run Jamal Anderson. I remember just watching those people. I was like, yo, I want to play running back. And then as I got taller, hit my growth spurt in probably middle school, my idols became Randy Moss and T.O. and those
Yeah,
guys.
son.
And I was just like, I wanted to show out. I wanted to score points. So,
Hell yeah,
uh,
bro. Oh man, like
I
like
was blessed enough.
I had a bit of a football background too. You know, like I grew up, you know, like playing a lot of Madden and
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. You know, like I would go on hours like just playing like Madden when he had fucking Randy Moss on the cover, Dante Culpepper and shit. And I think I also had the fucking NFL 2K shit,
Yep.
the one that ESPN put out with the on the helmet. I was like, bro, like how come they never kept up with that concept? That shit was different, son.
Yep. It's just
That shit was definitely different. And then like, you know, like I reached a point in my life where I was actually like doing push-ups. I was feeling myself. I'm like, yo, mom, like, you know, like I'm talking to my mom and dad, like, yo, like I wanna play football, this and that. They wasn't really feeling it just because they felt like I still had a small frame. You know, I wear glasses, of course, and like, oh, I don't want you to get hurt. That are you gonna break your bones? I'm like, mom, like, come on, like, let me spread my wings. Like, let me spread my wings. You know what I'm saying? And you
my
know,
mom.
eventually, it was like, you know, I had to prove it to them. So,
Yeah.
you know, my mom, you know, she bought me some pads, some cleats, and she was like, boy, I'm buying all this shit for you.
Yeah. You better
I'm
get.
buying all this stuff, and this shit ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go through all that, and I ended up playing finally in my senior year in high school. I played for the Truman Mustangs.
Yeah. So boom, what happened was I probably yeah, like I said, middle school, and of course, when it comes to video games, dog, Madden obsessed, NCAA obsessed, dog. So I couldn't wait to go to college and see myself on the game. Like that was
Yeah,
like everything to me, dog. I used to see people on the cover and just be like, "Yo, I can't wait till I hit my own cover." You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
man.
Like that was something that was super inspiring to me because I just loved video games. I loved football, bro. I
Yeah.
loved them. Loved fucking WWF. Loved all of that shit, dog.
So like, would you say that you always had that competitive drive, or did like playing football and enhance it?
Yeah, yeah. I've always had that competitive drive. I've always just like seeing what I saw around me and being able to see people with money and also see me not growing up with money and growing up with a lot of things, seeing it. I've always been like, okay, I know it's possible. And seeing a black man, my dad who was successful, but me and him weren't. We didn't have that type of a relationship. But seeing him have that success made me know it was possible.
Right.
So I was like, okay, what's my way? How am I gonna get there to where he got? You know what I'm saying? Because I know somebody like that looks like me can get there. I'm also seeing people on the screen who are playing ball. I like ball. I like how that feels. I'm pretty good at it. And then boom, I get to high school and I started getting college attention. I get my first letter from the University of Colorado,
Hmm.
and I tell my mom like, "Yo, mom, this is
Yeah.
this is kind of getting serious because
Yeah. Yep.
I can remember nights where she would be praying and crying in the middle of the night, just like praying to God to get me to college, dog. So that was something I always wanted to do for her. I wanted to make sure that she didn't have to worry about that, didn't have to stress about that. So, but once I got my first letter, I was like, all right, bet I'm in there. Started going hard. Then other colleges started following. By the time my junior year, I had my list of where I could go. At that time, Texas was ripping it up. Vince just won the Rose Bowl in Michigan, and now he was about to double back and go against USC. And I remember just watching USC and Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and all these cold at Dwayne
Yeah.
Jarrett. They were just
Bro,
they were
that time, during that time was different, man.
it
Like,
was
like just watching
different.
those guys, like you would constantly see them on ESPN every day.
It was special.
Vince Young this, Matt Leinart that, Reggie
Yeah,
Bush this. Like Reggie Bush was a beast, bro. Like, and but the thing is, like with him, like with Reggie Bush and shit, he was always like a natural athlete. But
yeah.
football player, I don't know, it's because of the team that he was with, but I don't think they utilized him the way that they should. I think they could have used him for any position and he would have like excelled to some degree. Like what you think?
Because I think Reggie, he wasn't your he wasn't your between the tackles type running back. Like he was a playmaker.
Yeah.
Just get him the ball. He'll do
Facts.
stuff.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a screen. I don't care if it's whatever it is. But when they were kind of forcing him to run between the tackles and do that type of thing, that takes a lot of taxing on your body. You know what I'm saying? Already as a running back, you only have a certain amount of years because you
Right.
take a lot of hits in your career overall, not just the NFL. Like you taking so many hits
Hmm.
to get to the NFL, so it's just like you got to protect that man. That's really what it was all about. Like give him some outside runs, give him some. But it's also in the NFL. It's like how effective can you be? You got to wear defenses down. You got to wear them down, and the people who wear them down are those big, bruly running backs who just running you over and Derrick
Yeah.
Henry stiff arming you to the ground. Nobody wants to tackle Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter, dog. I don't want to.
Word.
I don't want none of that. I
Word.
don't want to
Word.
tackle him in the first quarter, but if he running like that in the fourth, I don't want no business with him. So it's just
Yeah.
like I think just using him in a way where he could get busy. I think teams didn't really do that. But yeah, so boom, I get there. I get to the University of Texas. Boom, it's it's competitive, and when I'm hit with that competitiveness as a young kid and being told you the best thing since sliced bread, for the first time I was hit with a place where like, oh shit, I gotta earn my spot. Because I got to Texas with just God given talent, dog. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I wasn't working hard, I was just cold. I could show up.
Yeah.
Texas, not at that time, not with those people, because
Smash it before practice and you still show up.
I was going against the best people in the country. Like, we were going against teams, but like I was practicing against the best people that were in the country. Like, it was Earl Thomas, it was Chalky Brown, it was like, it wasn't no scrubs at Texas. So it was me finally getting out of my own way and adjusting to it. It kind of took me too late, and by the time it was time for me to either go to the pro days or the combines, I was like, nah, this isn't what I want to do. So I was like, how the fuck do I get in the music industry? Because that's what I do love. I was raised in a church. I love music. I was known as a person to put people on music on the team. Everybody was like, yo, Payne, you know, whatever is next, that's the guy that knows. Because I was just so passionate about it. So I was like, all right, then I want to be an A&R. I can't move to LA. I ain't got no money. So boom, how do I do it here in Austin? Boom, I ran into this kid named Sasha Stone. He was just now starting a company called Score More Shows. Score More Shows was a group of college kids that were just booking people that we knew and that we liked. And all these people were on the internet, but these people would be the leader of the new school. It would be Kendrick Lamar, Cole, Big Sean, Wiz. We did all their first Texas shows. When they would come to Texas, they were like, yo, I didn't even know I had fans out here, dog. So yeah, this is...
Yo, and that was when, you know, like South by Southwest was a thing. Yeah. Like right now, like people will be talking about South by Southwest. Exactly. Like, yo, I'm about to cut my ticket. You know, we all about to board a room, and you know, I could tell you, like, just from being from New York, like, up and coming artists, like, bro, like they would assemble together to all book a room, bro. The all book room, like 7, 10 of them, like to go just to go down there and, you know, like just to experience it, because they know the level of networking opportunities out there. You know what I'm saying? I definitely know.
Yeah, so I was out here, boom. As Score More Shows grew, we grew with the artists, you know, because it just became word of mouth. When you came to Texas, who you want to do your shows with, who you want to go to Houston with, who you want to go to Dallas with, who you want to go to Austin with. Usually they would not go with the live nations and the AGs, because they kind of knew when it came to us, we was gonna go hard for it, because, you know, it was our only chance. It's like, yo, if you're gonna give us a shot, we're gonna go hard for you. And we really believed in them. You know what I'm saying? We didn't own the venue, we didn't own the ticket, we didn't own, you know what I'm saying? So there was nothing to if we lost on the show, we lost. That was it. So it's like, it's something not going with a local promoter that just like it fueled us, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, y'all believe in us, we're gonna believe in you, and we're gonna make sure this is a great show. Boom, fast forward to 2011, 2012, Sasha's like, yo, there's this kid named Tory Lanez I want to manage. Tell me what you think about the music. I listened to a couple rap songs, I was like, yeah, it's straight. And then me and Sasha was moving into our apartment. He was like, yo, he was playing this record called Remembrance Day. I heard the record. I was like, yo, this shit's crazy, dog. Yo, I'm in. I met Tory, me and him sat down with each other, and we kind of both had the same chip on our shoulder. I was the bust from Garland, Texas, who didn't pan out and didn't go to the league. He was the kid who kind of got on. He was signed to Sean Kingston, but it hadn't taken off yet. And then he got stuck in Canada. So now that he was out, he couldn't really, those relationships that he did have, they had kind of, you know, withered away, and nobody was really hitting him like he, you know. So now he was in a rebranding process. We had put out this tape called Sincerely Tory, and then we just started going. Conflicts of My Soul, Lost Cause, Cruel Intentions. Boom, we signed a deal with Interscope. Did our first record with Pop Wenzel and Toro, Say It. That shit took off. Then, boom, we did another record with Benny Blanco, who signed us, and that was Love. We got nominated for a Grammy. Did amazing on that. And then as we grew, you know, I would be his road manager, tour manager. DJ damn near everything. Then we got to a place where we could kind of delegate responsibility.
Right.
And then I kind of transitioned off the road probably 2019 just to like get my mental. And I also wanted to take being an executive more seriously. And
Okay,
he was
so
like,
hold on a
hey,
second. Hold on. So let's double back. So you
yeah,
said that like you started out with Tory, you
yeah,
know what I mean? Or like on the road. Like what are some of the misconceptions that people, may think about a tour manager? Because like you guys meet tons of people daily, right? Like if
yeah,
not thousands, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with emails, phone calls and shit. And people may think it's all glamorous just because, you're on the road, you jumping from stage to stage, different venues and shit like that. But like, can you give us some insight of like some of the highs and lows from that, like, and how you're able to work through and even possibly like get credit for like, boom, yeah, like I made that shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think
we call that shit like a game 7 moment. You feel me?
it's interesting because with tour management, you don't really get the credit that you deserve. And of course you don't. I think that in any type of management, you don't get the credit that you deserve. You just get the blame. And, you know, there is so much. And you got to think about it with me, because we were so grassroots, it was just me, Sash, and some people helping us score more. But like, and then Troy, my other partner, Troy Dubrowski came on. But like for a while there, dog, I was the tour manager, road manager, day-to-day manager, everything while
Right.
we're on the road. So it's like there's so many things that you have to compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta advance the venue. Okay, I gotta advance the showtime. Okay, where's the bus gonna be parked? Okay, what about hotels, flights for
Wearing a lot of hats, bro.
not just Tory, for everybody on the crew. What's up with the band? How are they feeling? How are they like? There's so many things that go into um,
Running a tight ship.
yeah, having a
You're, you're,
success.
you're, you're running a tight ship. Yeah.
And then people, because people are going through things in their personal life, and you're the person that they have to talk to. And like some people don't want to be on the road. Sometimes they want to leave. So finding a replacement because someone missed their flight, or maybe Tori misses. Like it's like so much shit going on at the same time. Um, but the moments that are special. I remember when we first went to. No, it was probably the third time going to Denver, Colorado. Venue wasn't that big, but it was a decent sized venue, probably like 500, 600 people. And the first time we went, it's probably like 100 people. Second time we went, probably like 250. And then this time we went, say it was going crazy on the radio, and Tori walks out, and it's full, and it's like,
Yeah, man. Oh man. Bro, when them lights come on, when them lights come on, and you see all the cell phone lights in the dark, bro, shit become real then.
I was like, okay, now we're in now.
We're here.
We're in. Those moments, it makes everything worth it. To tell you the truth, it makes every single thing worth it.
Facts. Yeah, man. Yo, I remember just cause I listen to a lot of music. Like I love video games. I listen to a lot of music, and I remember, like just hearing to like this kid named Tory Lanez. Like I don't really know where he was from, just because he sound like he could have been he sound like he could have been from Florida. Sound like he could have been from New York. Sound like he could have been from L.A. Whatever. But I remember like one of the things that I liked about his flow was because the songs that he would put together, like the samples that he would use. You feel me? Like he would use like some of those old school samples and like flip them.
Yeah,
I remember watching a video. Fuck, damn, if I could remember the song, but he was basically like poolside or some shit with
yeah.
some shorty. I don't know, and like he just flipped the track, bro. And I just knew then, like, yo, like this kid is talented.
He always
He's
had
talented, man.
and that's why me and him really connected, because he always kind of had a pulse on R&B, and he knew I was an R&B guy. So when I hit him at the top of 2019, or like I think in December, maybe right before we went in to get in on Chicks Tape, I was just like, dog, you were the first person ever to tell me that I could write, that I could be a writer. I want to really, really share my like and really give my gift to you and really get in with you on Chicks Tape 5. And he was like, all right, let's do it. And I came to LA and we ended up doing 4 records. And me being able to work with Ashanti and work with Mario on the records, and
Yeah.
it was like, yo, dog, I can't believe this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was something I always dreamt of. It's weird when it comes to that. And then even going when we got to go on tour with Drake, that was like a full circle moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the first time I heard Drake, and I remember the first time, you know, uh, he came to Austin, and I remember meeting him for the first time. I also remember the things that was going on when Drake and Tory were going at it, and like
Yep.
that stressfulness, and us coming to a place where we resolved it,
Yeah.
and then coming all the place when Drake brought Tory out in Toronto at the OVO Fest, and then now being in Europe, and just those two. You know what I'm saying? And me being able to build a relationship with that team, and it was just like
It's mind blowing, right?
mind-blowing, man. You just never
Yeah.
you see. I think as a person who believes in manifestation, you think that these things, that these things will happen when they actually start to happen, it's like,
It's
what?
unreal. It's unreal, bro. Like that, and that's another Game 7 moment right there, bro. And I could totally relate just because from just being from a videographer,
Mm-hmm.
like I was, just for some reason when it comes to like music, you're able to tap into like a different zone, so to speak. So
Yeah,
when I was just walking around fulfilling all these people, like I would listen, like on my way home or whatever, like in order to keep my sanity, just because that world is just too crazy. Like there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of bullshit. But at the end of the day, like I would keep my sanity by playing video games, but I will always listen to the music while I play. So like I would listen to Fab, I'll listen to French Montana, like what I'm saying. I'll listen to like a DMX, Swiss Beats, and just tapping into that zone. I ended up actually meeting some of these people. You know what I'm saying? Like the same people that I would film for, I was listening to heavy. So once I started realizing that, I'm like, bro, like, is this some type of manifestation going on? And
yeah.
I'm like, damn, like, shit is real. Shit is
Really,
definitely real, bro.
that is I think people should give themselves more credit and believe in your power.
Yeah,
'Cause they don't want you to do that. The world don't want you to do that. The
yeah,
world isn't built for you to be a free thinker and to think for yourself and to believe in yourself and to believe that you can make things happen. You're constantly going against what people are trying to make you believe, or construct this bubble for you to fall in line. And it's just like, as soon as you think that way, you'll find some happiness as well as some growth once you start to actually follow your spirit. That's for sure.
right. Now you mentioned we're working with Tory Lanez, and you wrote some of the songs in the Chicks Tape 5, right? Yeah, bro. Like, man, like I would say two of my favorite tracks was definitely the Ashanti record, and the one he did with Snoop. Them shits is hard.
Right.
Them shits go crazy. So for you to be there to watch that process, bro. Like I know that was like one in a million right there. That was like
Yeah.
one in a million. So like what other artists have you worked with? And and what role did you have like towards their career and as your own, and how well and how did it work well for you?
Yeah. So boom, Tory was a Tory was my life for from 2011 to probably last year is when it kind of I started working with some other artists, a kid named Noah North, who I'm also still working with now. We wrote a couple records together, from Austin, Texas. A kid named Who Killed Kenny, who's doing really, really well right now. He was just on the cover of Fresh Finds on Spotify. Um, Managed him for a little bit, and worked slightly with Troy on Mariah the Scientist, who is popping right now. a lot of artists on the hip hop side that I've just done little small roles and connecting the dots with, but Tory has been the majority of my energy, you know. So now getting to a place where that isn't, it's it was at first kind of scary, but now it's a bit exciting because you know I get to tap into new gifts and tap into to new relationships and build something again, because that is something I'm super passionate about, is the development stage and building something from scratch. Because once it gets to a place where everybody knows and everybody cares, it's not as fun. You know what I'm saying? The expectations are there, and it can also kind of dilute the art sometimes when there's too much expectation on it. So
Right. Right. Okay. So we got those questions done. Now let's get into the video game questions, bro. So like what type of video games did you like grew up playing?
yeah, it was NCAA, of course Techno Bowl, from Techno Bowl to Madden to NBA 2K to NBA Live, loads of sports games. Got into Halo, when I was in my Xbox phase. Of course, um, Grand Theft Auto, love Splinter Cell, and then
Splinter Cell. Yeah. Okay. So that means let me ask you because Splinter Cell was with Xbox.
yeah,
So
man, I
so
was
so so you rock with Xbox right now?
working with Xbox right now for sure.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. We always gotta ask that just because the world likes to divide us. Like if you fucking with PS5 or you with the Xbox and shit. Me, I'm an Xbox dude.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
like
I'm
to
saying?
I like to do both.
Xbox dude.
Yeah, I like to do both because I hate that excuse of like, oh, it's a different control. No, nigga, nah. If I play PlayStation, I'm gonna beat your ass. I
Yo,
hate
that
that.
that's a fact. Oh my god, shit, man. I would say, now I ain't gonna lie though. For some reason, like I play, I have Xbox, so like when I started playing my boy on the PS4,
Yeah,
with NBA 2K, for some reason I don't know, it just felt different. It felt weird. I'm like, yo, this weird ass shit. I'm like, bro, I can't even throw the alley, can't do nothing. But on the
niggas,
Xbox though, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna
yeah,
get you.
none of that excuses. I almost got, but I might get both of them too. I might get the other, but like I'm the type of person, bro. I love sports games. Used to love some WWF games, dog. Like I'm into compete. Also, probably my favorite game ever is 007 GoldenEye on N64.
Which
I
game?
used to 007 GoldenEye on
Okay,
N64.
okay.
I was
Oh,
a
with the
big
gold gun?
yeah,
Yeah, son. Yeah, that's retro right there. That's
yeah,
definitely retro.
on that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So, like, let me see. What else? What else? What else? Now, like when it comes to hip hop and video games, like that's been kind of like like a new thing recently. Like if you look at what's been going on, especially like within like you got, I believe when Odell Beckham got injured and shit, he started streaming OD. With the
No,
Call of
yeah,
Duty stuff, and they started promoting that heavy. Like they recently had, like Meg Thee Stallion in a commercial for Mortal Kombat. As a downloadable character for, I believe it was a Katana, like, and she killed that commercial, by the way, too. And
yeah,
then even with another Mortal Kombat moment, they premiered their first commercial with a 21 Savage song.
yeah,
So like you're definitely seeing, like the tables are turning as far as like the music component and gaming, because like I remember just from like finding my niche audience in gaming, it was kind of tough just because like I would actually go outside to some of these events. Like I'll look on Eventbrite or whatever, and I'll pull up to these events. And when I go there, the vibe wasn't really what I was used to. Like, you would hear like techno beats,
yeah,
EDM and shit. And like no offense to that music, but that's not the vibe that I listen to when I play video games. Like I listen to Pop Smoke, if I'm playing Call of Duty, or I listen to some Casanova if I'm whooping somebody's ass in Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with me with Game 7, I like to tie those two words together in a way where it's so organic. You can't play one without the other. Like I put together like a lot of video game montages, right? So I would take a video game clip, whether I played or one of my boys played, and I'll curate the music behind it just because it will match so well. So like imagine, right, you playing Need for Speed or whatever racing game, and you
Yeah.
got like a fucking Rick Ross or Meek Mill track, you know, that, and that's a vibe, because you already know that like they're talking that slick talk, they flossing, and it's a high octane race,
Yeah.
so like it's just those two worlds together. Or like you listen to a 5-year-old foreigner pop smoke, and you want to, you fucking want to spin the block and bust some heads, because they're already talking about shooting. You know what I'm saying? So it creates a vibe, and that's what I've been able to do for the past, just 2 to 3 years. I got like a hundred clips up. You could run through them, and it's definitely a vibe. And right now I'm at a point where it's like, when it comes to streaming, you can't go with the big name artists just because the copyrights, like they'll turn down the stream. So I've been looking for like a lot of underground artists, people that are not signed, so you don't get hit with those copyrights and shit like that. But like, what are your thoughts on just hip hop and music, like in general, like, and where do you see it, like, coming together more in the future?
I think it's really cool. It's really cool to see it in other games other than sports because for a while there were some pop culture or some music people in NBA 2K or in Madden and stuff. But it's cool to see other games
Oh, the
like
genres, right? Yeah.
outside of just the sports ones really embrace music and people and artists. Because at the end of the day, like everybody at one point in time plays video games. At one point in time.
For real, and that's what we're trying to do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, just and again, just from being a videographer and being in those studios,
yeah,
like, what is the artist doing? Like what are the entourage or the people in there doing on their downtime from writing music? They're playing 2K, they're playing Call of Duty, or they're
yeah.
playing Super Smash Bros. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, the perception of it has always been, like, oh, like now don't put that up, it's corny, whatever. But it's like, bro, like, you don't understand with in the gaming world, that's a whole nother audience that you could potentially tap into. Like,
Serious.
imagine, right? You have an artist, or imagine you have a streamer who gets like 20 to 30,000 views, if not, or even more than that. Each time he pressed that button to go stream, and if he plays your song, that creates a whole dynamic for when your song is released that night, because they're able to feel the moment, they're able to experience it, and before the stream's over, like, yo, bro, like go listen to my such and such track. It's on Tidal, it's on Apple, Spotify. Go get that, stream it.
Yeah, it's a
People are gonna
lot.
go listen just because you already have that audience. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would say streaming, Twitch, Facebook gaming, like, that's technically like the new radio at this point, bro.
Uh,
And I feel like the labels need to catch up with that.
Definitely. I mean, and which is why I'm so excited, for people that are in gamers and but that are really really into the NFT space because it's like for the first time, um, digital creators and people who live in that world have found a way to really monetize it though.
Yeah, and continue to monetize, because with the NFTs,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you brought that up, because now we could just go into a whole nother conversation with NFTs. You know what I'm saying? Just because like it's so new and
Hmm.
people don't really know what's going on with it. But as far as I know, like, as an artist, content creator, that's something that you could just continue to get paid for over and over again, because it's your content, it's your stuff, it's your music, it's your files, it's your original work.
You got to
You know?
understand it, and once you understand it and put in the work and put in the research to really um, know how the space is working, it's like it'll pay off.
Mm.
Pay off, especially now where people don't really know what it is and kind of are skeptical about the crypto space and anything that is in that digital world right now. But that's the future. It
Yeah,
just is.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So, like, what type of video games are you playing with now, bro? Like, give us a list of the rundown.
Yeah, I'm rinsing Madden right now. Rinsing it. I just won like 10 Super Bowls in franchise mode, so I'm kind of off of it now. Uh, I'm excited to see what the new Halo is gonna be when they drop it on Xbox. Um, but I am looking for a new adventure game right now. So don't really like Call of Duty because it's just like too stressful for me. I dot, you know. It take me a little bit too long to try to get good at.
Yeah.
But I am looking for new games to play right now.
Okay, okay. Well, like, shit. Now let me tell you my rotation. My rotation is I got Need for Speed,
Uh-huh.
Mortal Kombat. Shit. I play a little bit of Doom Eternal, which is a first person shooter, which I
Mm-hmm.
definitely recommend. Like, just because like when you play that game, literally all your senses go like fucking turn up because there's so many fucking demons and ghouls, goblins coming after you, bro. Like you can't sit still for shit. So like if you're looking for a game where it's like, bro, like you're fucking like if you want to feel like you're on pins and needles, bro, play Doom, bro. Play Doom. You will be you would not be sitting right now. You will be standing up looking at the TV like, yo, like this shit is crazy. Like, nah, chill, baby. Don't touch me, don't touch me. Like, cause I be going through that shit with my kids. I be going through that shit with my kids. But now it's up to a point where like my son, he's actually like my little helper now. Like he be like,
Yeah.
Dad, watch out, go this way, go that way, and shit is fun now, bro. Like I just added my son to my stream now, just because he always wants to be around me, like while I play, because he sees the level of intensity that I get into playing this game, like trying to beat that shit.
Yeah, that shit is intense, bro. It's intense. That shit-
Word, word. So, last thing, like let's talk about school more management.
yeah,
Like what is it, that you guys looking to do in the future, and
yeah.
like what does the future look like for Phillip Payne?
Oh man. So at Schoolmore Management, man, we have one client right now that we're working with, and that's Noah North, and it's going well. And as far as the management business, we're always looking for new talent, looking for people to help. But we're really, really focused on the record side right now. Me, my partner Sasha, and Troy just started a label called Melody Code where we do fair partnerships and we help artists become business owners, and we help them in every aspect to be able to really have ownership of their music. Um, so we have a kid named Hammond who's from Houston, Texas, that is incredible on the pop side, writes, produces everything, and he's about to put out a project soon, about to release his video soon. Um, but besides that, it's just I'm always looking to just help artists. Period. Uh, whether it be advice, whether it be me using a relationship that I have to help. Any door that I can nudge open, I'm trying to help because I'm passionate about helping any type of creator, but especially independent artists getting to a place where they can do even the business side independently because there's
Okay.
too many people taken from these kids.
And you want to know something? I feel like you forgot one thing, man. We gotta get artists to stream. We
Yeah.
got we gotta get artists to stream. Like, and this is just me from the outside looking in. Like I see, you know, what T Grizzly's doing on Twitch, bro. Like he be having like 70,000 like consecutive viewers. You know what I'm saying? And he be doing some role player shit on Grand Theft Auto 5. Like should be crazy. Should be crazy. Like the way that the type of mentality that those guys get into, just the role play in that game. Doing missions and shit. Getting the 5 stars, running wild, bro. Like he be running this shit like an actual gang, bro. Like shit is different, son. And then you got Soldier Boy who be streaming. You got Logic who be like, I don't know what he be doing sometimes. He just be playing
Hey,
like
how
like
much
Minecraft and shit.
how much money can you make in this Twitch shit?
Bro, like you can make a lot, son. Yo, people make a living just from streaming, like and playing video games. But it's a whole thing. It's like you can mix the two together where we're streaming, which is what like you and I are doing. You can just have a conversation with your fans. you know, or you could go the gamer route, what T Grizzly's doing, or if you just take a look at T Payne, who streams, he be video editing, or he be listening to people's like songs and giving them like real time reviews, and that's the same thing for Timbaland.
Yeah, I'm into that.
And that's the same thing with Timberland, bro. Like, that ass. Like, we got all this stuff. Ain't no venues open right now, so it was like right now is the time to just tap in and just build that audience. So when things do actually open up, people will pull up, or you could just sell those virtual tickets.
Exactly.
Facts, bro. Facts. You're like, like I'm a real innovative. Like, I look towards the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, with just being a videographer, like that's cool and I love it. But I think about the business side, and I think a lot about like how hip hop and video games can just become the future, which it will be.
Yeah.
It will be. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But like that's all I got for right now. Let the people know like where they can follow you at on social media, bro.
Yeah, man. So, you can follow me on Instagram at Phillip A. Payne. Yeah, at Phillip A. Payne. On Twitter, P_Payne, Payne. And I'm coming out with my YouTube channel, which will be called Success Eggs, and um, success with an egg, like y'all get it. And then you know, I think that's it. As far as social media, I need to get on my social media game. Dog. I really do.
All right. All right. Yo, bro, it was good talking to you, man. I appreciate, like the time that you took with me today.
No, for
Even just from, just talking to you briefly on Clubhouse, it's a great app. I'm definitely, getting some good networking opportunities. So to speak with someone like yourself, is definitely, I appreciate that, bro. All right.
definitely.
And like whenever you and your team are in New York, bro, I'll pull up with the camera, we could film something, man.
I would love it, man. Would love it. Definitely want to connect with you and make sure um, I interview you at one point in time. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Yo, we can do that, man. All we gotta do is schedule it, man. All we gotta do is schedule it. All right, man. Yo, this is Shot by Flash. You're now watching Game 7 featuring Phillip Payne, man. We out of here.
Appreciate it, Todd.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.